double check and make sure that it comes on correctly. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in already.
Hey, let's go.
I see ya. There we go. Okay, we live on Facebook now. We live everywhere. Now, before we get started with this interview, without further ado, y'all know we got to get started with our intro.
For the Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits.
Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 Central Time. You don't never want to miss a couch. And now we're live every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. That's every day of the week. Yeah, tune in. You don't want to miss this shit. It's the Couch Chronicles, where they know what? I know you said it.
And we're going to get into one song and we're going to jump right into it. Shout out to Toyy for being on the couch.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Okay, see?
Period.
Yeah. I love my team.
Can you blame me? I be popping shit. And if you hating on the low, man, you ain't stopping this. I do my damn thing, and you know that's a fact. And I'm half of this money straight out the fucking trap. And I be giving a good controller like a map. Somehow people change, but I'm okay with that. And I forgive, but ain't no need to run it back. You make your bed, now lay it down, go take a nap. Hold up, I hope you didn't think that I believe you. You made your choice, but ain't no need to go back. No, if I cut you up, I leave you no slack. And please don't test my gangsta, for I fuck around and go back, you know that. But back to this money, back to this change. Straight to the highway, hustling, pushing things. I'm never stopping, gotta at them bangs. Right up for quarter, I need my ends. I mean, I do though. I need my motherfucking hands. Oh, I'm tripping. I think it's you. Oh, it's me? Oh, well. If it's my ego, can you blame me? I be popping shit. And if you hating on the low, man, you ain't stopping this. I do my damn thing, and you know that's a fact. And I ain't happy, this money straight out the fucking trap. And I be giving a gift, controller like a map. Some of my people change, but I'm okay with that. And I forgive, but ain't no need to run it back. You ain't no bed, now lay it down, go take a nap.
Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits. Make sure that you follow the couch on all social media. Period. Follow Toyy on all social media. Her information will be in the description. Oh, I don't mind. Oh. I was like, well, oh, I don't mind.
Right. No, I'm not. It's all good. I know you.
Y'all, first of all, today is going to be a little deep. And it is Friday. So before we do get into this episode, I do want to tell you guys, because some of y'all might be coming in and out. You might be getting ready for a party. But listen to this. One, this story is very important. If you can come back, rewatch, and re-listen, would be amazing. That would be amazing. Because Quincy Foster, his story needs to be heard. So if you get a chance to come back, rewatch, and re-listen, thank you. If you get a chance to share it, thank you. We appreciate that. Also, if you're going out, make sure that you do not drink and drive. Now, any other time I would give you guys my hotline and tell you that I will come pick you up, but I am trying to win this $1,000, baby. I won't be able to pick you up tonight. You just can't drink and drive. You just can't do it. Not tonight, baby. You're just going to have to call an Uber. That's it. Don't drink and drive. So let's get into it. Now, one, can you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and who Quincy Foster is to you?
Okay, I'm Latoya Tramo, also known as Toyy. Quincy Foster, he's my cousin.
Okay. Now, your cousin has been locked up 32 years?
Almost 32. January will make 32 years.
Okay. And you did your time yourself?
Yes, I did.
How much time did you do?
2 months short of 9 years solid.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about what that was like for you?
My incarceration, I don't know. It was more like, I don't know, a slap in the face type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially being that I served in the armed forces, and I came home and was at home but a year and a half dealing with psychological issues and being accused of a crime that I'm not even capable of committing. So yeah, it was a reality check, basically.
Okay. So you said you served time. Tell us about that.
In the army. Yeah, 7 years. 7 years. 4 years active duty in the army, regular army, and
Thank
3
you.
years in the national. Thank you. You're welcome. 3 years in the National Guard. I did a tour in Iraqi freedom, enduring freedom, war on terrorism outside Iraq. I was there when the statue got pulled down. I was there when they caught Saddam. Found him. Our extraction team found him in the ground. So yeah.
Wow. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, after everything that you've done, you know, what did that do to your mental?
Definitely, like, I don't know. I went through like a mental breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people might deal with that like in like midlife crisis type of thing. You know what I'm saying? When they get to a certain age. But I was like 27 years old, so I was real young when I went through just a total mental breakdown on reality.
Wow. Hey, Lisa. Do you still deal with the mental issues that you had back then?
Yeah, for sure. But that's the thing. I deal with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't shut them off, shut down, or not feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because it happened to me.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Right. Now, your charges, you didn't feel like you deserved them.
Not at all.
What made you feel that way?
What made me feel that way is because my children were never in danger. You know what I'm saying? At that particular point of what was happening and taking place, I was trying to protect them. You know? And somebody called the police and said I was trying to do otherwise. So that led to my incarceration.
Yeah.
And not being able to, you know what I'm saying, understand what was happening to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the help to understand why I was disconnected with reality, what was real and what wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? And what caused that. I didn't have that help. See, and that
Because
particular
you had just literally got out the army, right?
Yeah, just got out. I barely boots on the ground in the civilian world, 365 days, just 1 year.
Wow. And within that 365, you experienced that.
Just a whole lot of drama. A TV show, basically.
Yeah, and then the next year it was like you was
I'm
in prison.
incarcerated.
Yeah.
Yeah, for not just a short amount of time, a significant amount of time.
Right.
85% here in Oklahoma. 85%. You got to do 85% before you are eligible for parole. So.
Right. So how many years did you do total?
2 months short of 9. So 8 years and 10 months. Yeah.
How did you, stay focused and keep your mind straight while you was locked up?
Educating others. You know, I got a job in not the law library, but the education building, teaching at Maple Basket, and then when I went to lower security at Taft, I ended up in like career tech.
Right.
And taught classes in there.
Okay. Wow. Now, can you tell us a little bit about your cousin's case that you know?
In '93, I was a sophomore in high school, so my cousin, he used to come visit us from California all the time. It was brief visits, you know what I'm saying? Summertime, spring break, and this particular year was spring break, and he came down, and then all of a sudden, I see him on the news. I didn't know the intricacies of the case, but I see him on the news.
Pause. Your cousin was like a superstar.
Yeah, basketball. Yeah.
Okay.
He got down.
Wow. Okay. Now, we do have a young lady on the line as well. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are and where you are from?
My name is Jenny, and I live here in Oklahoma.
Period.
Let's
Okay. Now, Jenny knows a little bit about the case as well, and she's going to be giving us some details as well. So if you guys hear her in the background, don't be alarmed. Now, what about your case? What about your cousin's case is making you want to kind of step out now and shed light on it?
Because being in a situation where you know you're not guilty of a crime, and yet you're still incarcerated. I only got 10 years, so I was able to discharge mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he's not. So he's fighting behind bars, and he's fighting behind bars by himself.
Right.
So Quincy reached out to me during my incarceration, and it allowed me to be able to deal with the fact that I'm in this situation and I know I'm not guilty. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If he's been able to endure it that long, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to make it through it.
Yeah.
So when I got out, I don't know, I kind of made it my mission to make sure that his case gets helped, gets seen. Somebody picks up or taps in to what's going on and knowing that this isn't right, that he needs to be released from prison for a crime he didn't commit, that he wasn't even a part of. You know what I'm saying? It's only on the word of two individuals, one who recanted his statement. There's no DNA evidence, no weapon, anything. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about the account of two people are co-defendants where their testimony it shouldn't even be validated.
It kind of seems to me like they knew how big Quincy was about to be, you know, and it was somebody that was in some higher up to where they can get him locked up, put this on him,
Right?
hey, turn something into nothing because we want him locked up,
Right?
something. I mean, because he was about to be like huge. Like, come on now. Sometimes when people know that somebody has a light that they don't have, they gonna try to dim it. They gonna try to you turn it all out.
Right. Or put it off on you because they know, you know what I'm saying, that nobody's gonna question it. You know, you just another black face here.
Yeah.
And
But it should be questioned because Quincy was literally about to be a star. Did he have any other criminal history before then?
not to my knowledge.
What, Jenny, did he have any criminal history before then?
No, he had no criminal record.
That's what I'm saying. So it can never be any. It's literally some type of jealousy because he literally. It can't be. Oh, just another black. No. It can't be that. It's literally deeper than that. You got to literally think deeper than that because he literally was about to be a star. And then he has no criminal history. And then all of a sudden, they believe that this is just him. He just did this. Out of nowhere, he just did this.
One of the things that stands out to me in this case is not only did Quincy not have a criminal record, but everybody knew, and they testified to it in court that he didn't do drugs, he didn't smoke,
Right,
he didn't
that's
drink.
what I'm saying. You see,
Basketball was his life.
Yeah, it was. Like I told you, that's how I remember my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Basketball. That's what I remembered about him most.
That's my next question is, what do you remember about your cousin?
That's what I remembered about him most, playing basketball.
What do you remember about your cousin?
Yeah. So I didn't understand. I didn't, like I said, he was on TV, he was on the news, you know what I'm saying, about a murder. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, he's not even from here.
Didn't it make you feel like he was being set up?
For sure. You know what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that at that particular age in my life, you know what I'm saying?
You didn't understand that.
I didn't understand
until you got older.
Right. I didn't understand. Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute,
what's going on?
I could think about this now. My cousin is being set the fuck. He was set up.
Yeah.
And it's clear as day.
Yeah.
I could see it. When I read just a little bit of his case, I was like, oh, he was set up.
What's really going on? Because nothing fit.
And when you, and I didn't even know about the basketball until you got here.
Right.
And when you said he was about to be a basketball, He was a basketball star. Like people, I knew off the rip. That's what it was.
Yeah. Tall guy, 6'4". Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. Tall guy, fall guy.
Yeah. Tall guy, fall guy.
Okay.
And that's exactly what happened when he wasn't even.
And
there.
let me tell you something. My brother, and I don't fuck with him, but I'm gonna bring this up because he's a tall guy and he was the fall guy. My brother was walking past this group of kids that was jumping this young white kid. And the white kid could only remember my brother because he was tall.
Right.
And he
But
said
in
it
this
was him.
case, the size doesn't even fit because in the testimony of the witness, the person wasn't that tall.
See what I'm saying? But they still chose him.
The description the witness gave was a black male between 5'8" and 5'10" with a stocky build.
And she wasn't even sure. She was very unsure of herself.
Yes,
she said,
that
I
was
think.
one of the things they brought up in court.
Yeah.
The fuck? Man. Okay. Knowing that your cousin, was locked up, did it not scare you, whenever you was on the way to go to prison?
Yeah, but I don't know. His letter came at a point where, because I was incarcerated in jail for over a year before I actually got sentenced to prison, you know what I'm saying? And in between time, his letter, it helped me to endure, you know what I'm saying? It helped me to understand that I wasn't at a place by myself in a situation. So I felt more connected to my cousin after that.
Now, how did your family take you going to prison?
It wasn't good. It wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the only provider for my kids at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a good situation at all. My mother took my children in.
Right. How'd your family feel about Quincy getting locked up?
I really don't know. I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? I was a teenager. I really didn't know. It was one of those things where I looked and was like, well, what's going on with my cousin? But at the same time,
you wasn't really listening to the
chatter. You're right. I wasn't listening to chatter. I got school work. I'm playing basketball.
Right.
I'm in track. You know what I'm saying? I got a social life. I didn't really know, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't like really, really so close to my family that I understood his situation. I just remember seeing him on the news and it was just unbelievable because Quincy was older than me. So he was like my sister and my brother's age.
Now I want to pause because, and you was in high school when you say this. Now there's a lot of parents that get out and they get upset that, their children don't really understand or know them or know what they went through. You was in high school and you didn't understand, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that just goes to show, like, people, no matter what, like, if they in a young age and they hear that you get locked up, like you get locked up in middle school, they don't think to keep up, right, and all of that and look up all of that. They don't think about that. They thinking about their schoolwork. They thinking about, you know what I mean? So, but when they get older and they finally get the time, like, hold the fuck up.
Like, what's really going on?
Right.
Like, what really happened?
Hey, and I know you was pissed off.
Yeah, most definitely. Because you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve somebody not investigating and figuring out what really happened, what really take place. You don't deserve that.
Now, what were your thoughts when you first went in?
About what?
In prison.
What were my thoughts about what?
Just being in prison.
I don't, like I said, it was just a reality check. Like, I never, if somebody would have said to me, you know what I'm saying, you're going to end up in prison after pledge allegiance to the flag.
No, for real though.
I decide to do this and not do this.
Yeah.
Not involve myself in criminal activity. I decide to do this. Yeah, no.
Was that the turning point for you
with
with Quincy's case, or was it after you got out? Did it give you more of an understanding?
No, it gave me a more understanding after I got out, after it happened to me, because I didn't know that he was still in prison. after my incarceration.
Right.
This happened before my incarceration, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I wanted to reach out. Like I said, his letter was like a significant turning point for me, being in a judicial system where I know it's against me already. You know what I'm saying, and knowing that I'm not guilty. Like, what do I do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's already set up for me to fail.
Yeah, facts. That's a fact. Now, there were a lot of suspects in Quincy's case. Did each of them get charged?
I'm not for sure.
Jenny, do you know?
He had 2 co-defendants, but they took a plea deal. The prosecutor gave them a 20-year sentence for attempted armed robbery of a convenience store in exchange for their testimony against Quincy. And the thing about that is that charge was completely fabricated. There never was an attempted armed robbery of the convenience store.
And they did have evidence on that.
Yes. And they testified in court that there was never an attempted armed robbery.
So what were his actual charges?
Quincy's Quincy's charges?
Yes. It was murder,
first degree murder.
Yeah.
Yes, first degree.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was on America's Most Wanted. You can look it up.
Yeah.
He was on America's Most Wanted.
And they did that because he was literally a star. I'm telling you, they was literally trying to make an example. And he's not white, is he?
No.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
He what you call ashy black.
Yeah,
that's what he always say, ashy.
But and that's all the more reason.
Yes.
You high yellow nigga,
Yeah.
basically, is what they saying.
Yeah.
For real.
He's dark like oil.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you dark.
Yeah,
nigga.
no, he dark.
Is what
dark.
they saying. Shit. Now the witness seemed unsure. I'm not really certain of the description of the suspect. Even went to say that they seen too many blacks running up the street.
That's what the witness said.
Yeah, what does that statement say to you?
It just sounds pretty much what it is. It's a racist situation.
Yeah. Too many blacks running up that street.
Yeah.
Why would you say there's too many blacks running up that street if they're asking you to give a description of the suspect? Well, too many blacks run up that street. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is that the description though? That's not the description.
The witness told the police that the shooter was 5'8" to 5'10" with a stocky build and short, stubby fingers.
Right.
Short, stubby fingers. So you was looking so close, you wanted to be fingered in your pussy? You was like, oh, ooh, short, stubby fingers. That's all you was paying attention to? Well, damn. Because ain't no way, if I'm about to get shot, that I'm looking dead ass at the fingers. That's it? That's it. Not the description of the face. Not any details on the face, but the stubby fingers. So she was horny. What else? What else did this young lady say? This horny young lady?
That was her description.
Wow. Short, stubby fingers. So does your cousin have short, I would imagine. You said he was how tall?
Like 6'4".
I've never met a 6'4" man with short, stubby fingers. Never in my life. They've always had long ass motherfucking French fry fingers. Okay? I don't know no other length. Right. Hey sis. It says they didn't see the suspect. Exactly. They seen the fingers. Exactly. That's all they seen was the fingers. That's all you paid attention.
And even if they seen the fingers, it don't match.
No, not at all.
It don't match. And let's not skip the fact that he wasn't even there.
See? He wasn't there. But he was placed at the scene and incorrectly described at the scene.
And he went through three jury trials?
Yeah.
Yes,
And that
three
ain't
jury
even a normal
trials.
thing.
And every trial found him what?
The first trial was a mistrial. The second trial was a hung jury, and they convicted him on the third trial.
Because of the pressure.
Right.
I believe so.
Right.
Let's
and on
just
the
be real.
testimonies of the
Let's just call it like it is. Let's stop. 2026, I hope that everybody stops sugarcoating shit.
Yeah, a spade is spade.
Let's just do that. Let's stop it. Because there's some fucked up shit going on in this fucking world. And let's call it out instead of being like, oh, I did see that. But I ain't say nothing because. No, fuck that. Fuck that. Motherfuckers is getting away with too much. Especially the government. Especially the system. Especially the judicial system.
Yeah.
You said the pressure of the law. Yep. Exactly.
And they had those co-defendants testify in the first two trials. They both refused in the third trial, but the judge allowed them to use transcripts from their previous testimony, which is against the constitutional rights because
Right.
the defendants were available. And not only did they use the transcripts from the previous testimonies, they brought those two co-defendants in for the jury to see.
And there's even an affidavit from Freddie Johnson
Yep.
stating that he didn't even want to testify against Quincy.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, he pretty much recanted his story.
He recanted everything that he said.
originally.
So that goes to show that he was pressured into saying what he said. Let's just be real. Don't it sound like he was pressured? What did that mean? If he's recanting and he's finally telling the truth, he even said, I'm finally telling the truth because I don't think he should be, locked up for something that's not true. So I'm telling the truth. Freddie said that I'm telling the truth now. So why aren't they taking his statement into account?
Right.
If that's the case, if he's saying that he's not telling the truth, then that lets you know that there's other people on the case that's not telling the truth. They're just not brave enough as Freddie. They're just not as brave enough as Freddie.
In the trial transcripts, there's a part where they were in the judge's chambers, and Freddie Johnson said that no, he didn't want to testify, and he was told that if he didn't testify, they were going to reinstate the first-degree murder charges on him.
Right.
Now, who is Freddie to Quincy?
He's just a guy from the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Childhood friends of friends, you know what I'm saying? My brother was associated with him when we were younger. We grew up together in the same neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So we ran together, you know what I'm saying? I know them because he's my brother's age and he hung out with my brother and my brother's friends. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a circle. You know what I'm saying? Quincy came down and was introduced to these individuals
Mm-hmm.
because they know our family.
Okay.
And he was a fall guy.
Right. Now, what does Salt Lake City have to do with the case? Jenny?
Salt Lake City is where they found him when he was featured on America's Most Wanted. He was in Salt Lake City, I believe, at his cousin's house.
They saying in the comments, they said because he lied and he's not credible anymore. But
Well,
the thing is he was forced to lie. And
So who
even
was
though he
forced
was
to
forced
lie?
to lie, does that consider him still not credible?
Who are you speaking on now?
Oh, there's in the comments they're speaking back on Freddie Johnson when they were saying that he recanted his whole story. They were saying that they don't believe him now. He's not credible because he lied.
So if he's not credible, then the whole entire charges should be dropped because Quincy's in prison on his statement. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's no DNA evidence. There's no DNA evidence. There's no weapon. You know what I'm saying? He's in prison on the account of an uncredible witness.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that say?
Mm-hmm.
in itself.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Now, Jenny, what was you saying? I'm so sorry. About the
I
Salt
was
Lake
just
City?
confused on who. Oh, that the Salt Lake City officer said that they found Quincy in the bathtub, fully dressed, and Quincy was actually the one that answered the door when the police knocked.
Okay, so he was in Salt Lake City. So he was in Salt Lake City and he had to be taken to Oklahoma City.
Yes, he
Okay.
was transported to.
What was he
Oklahoma.
out there for? Basketball?
No, he was helping a family member move.
Okay.
And when the police started this investigation, Quincy was still in Chickasha.
Right.
He had actually gone when they had questioned Freddie or picked Freddie up because of
He
the
gone to
description
police station
thing.
with him.
He did. He went to the police station with Freddie Johnson and
Mm.
was Freddie's alibi.
Oh, wow. Wow. And then, okay, so he was Freddie's alibi, and then they turned around and arrested him as the culprit.
But later on,
Yeah, this
yes.
was months.
Right.
Months.
Yeah,
months
I
later.
know.
Yeah,
That's
like
I'm
what?
saying.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah,
Now,
he told the police that he had been with Freddie that night, which he was with Freddie part of the night. But then at some point they separated. Quincy went to his grandmother's house, and Freddie and
My
Bolo,
Aunt
the other
Tiny.
co-defendant, went to the store.
Yep, my Aunt Tiny's house. She sat on the hill of First Street. Yeah. Yep.
now, Toy, how often do you speak to your cousin?
Frequently. You know what I'm saying? More than once or twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
He's incarcerated in Oklahoma Reformatory prison, which is right now the water is shut down.
Yes,
And they're
it
not
is
able
shut
to
down.
take a shower. You know what I'm saying? He's not able to take a shower. He's not
Let's
able
pause.
to get clean water to
Let's
drink.
talk on that. First of all, if you guys in the Oklahoma City area, there is a way that you can bring light to that, and all you have to do is share this live. Share this live. Share this live. If you see a post, share the post. Make a post. Tag them. Tag them in the comments. The fuck? Because ain't no reason why they shouldn't have any running water. It's cold right now. They need hot water. Period.
Oh yeah, bathing in soda. Like you only have soda, the liquid from soda to bathe with. Yeah, that's an issue. Like what's really going on?
That's not even a
They're-
real bath because they're getting sticky.
They're urinating and defecating on the sidewalks in the public area, the public outside area, recreation area, sidewalks. Like yeah, it's a serious situation.
And they doing us wrong. And this is another reason why I do prison jail felon talk as well. Is because we need to shed light on these type of things. We need to share these things. We don't talk about it enough. And how else can they get it out? They're not able to get it out if they don't have no family that give a fuck or that even talk to them. Or if they do, then guess what? They're able to utilize these platforms, or they need to utilize these platforms and get it out. So yeah.
Yeah, because regardless of your incarceration, it's still inhumane.
Yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't keep a sick horse alive. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't keep a sick dog alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really going on? For real.
Yeah, for real. Now, are you able to visit your cousin?
I'm in the works of hopefully getting approved within
Okay.
I don't know the next few days, maybe weeks.
Okay. Now, what keeps you from going to prison?
I don't belong there.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? I don't belong in prison. I'm a productive member of society. I don't belong in prison. That's what keeps me from going there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a savage. I'm not what you make me out to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's somebody
Right.
else.
Right.
That's even somebody else in a different color.
Mm-hmm. Facts. That's real. Do you feel that the judicial system is worse or better since you've been in?
It's never been better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's worse to the next section of worse. You know what I'm saying? But better no. It's like inflation. You know what I'm saying? Everything goes up, but it don't come back down. The only thing that goes up and down is gas. You don't see food in the store coming back down after going up in prices. You don't see clothing coming back down after going up in prices. So no, worse to worst to the next level of worst.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Now, what were some major factors that you feel are the reason that they found Quincy guilty?
I don't think they should have found him guilty. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the major factors would have been. You're talking about the statement and testimony of uncredible witnesses, and that's it.
Jenny, what were some of the major factors that you think that they actually found him guilty?
Personally, I think 30 years ago, the racism was worse than it is now, I feel like, and I think it was a black man accused of killing a white woman, and it was public pressure is really what I think. And I think that the fact that it took them 3 jury trials to get him there, and fabricating a crime for their quote unquote key witnesses to and the co-defendants to plead guilty to in exchange for their testimonies, is public pressure. I think they just needed a quick fall man, a scapegoat.
And you know what? At first I was thinking, wait a minute now, Jenny, fuck. But then I got to thinking, you know what? You might be onto something, because it was a white woman that was murdered.
Right. So definitely pressure of a case being solved. You know what I'm saying? Definitely pressure for that. You know what I'm saying? We got to wrap this up, and we got to wrap it up quickly. Somebody has to go to jail for this. Somebody has to be convicted of this particular crime. Because if the person would have been of any other color, I don't think it would have been pursued as it was.
I agree with that.
Right. That's right, Jenny. That's right.
There's too many inconsistencies in the case. The mother, the daughter is the one that was killed. The mother was the witness, and her description doesn't match Quincy. She identified several suspects or several other black men in the police lineups and in those picture books that they have, where they have people look to see.
Right.
And the co-defendants, they couldn't even agree. One testified that he had a silver gun and was wearing black tank tops and shorts and tennis shoes, and the other one said he had a black gun and was wearing a jacket, jeans, and boots. I mean, the co-defendants couldn't even get their story straight, and yet he was still convicted.
And what's wild is that they even allowed the mother to even testify, and she didn't have a real description. So, it does go back to, that's why I said, I had to think about it for a second. Like, you know what? Racism was, I don't know if I want to say it was louder than, it was louder than. It was louder and more blatant, like they didn't give a fuck.
In
now,
the 90s? Yeah.
Now they hide it more.
Yeah.
They would rather you not know.
Right,
they
throw
racist.
rocks and hide their hand. They throw rocks and hide their hand.
They want to do something behind your back and smile in your face like they love you.
Yeah, most definitely.
Another interesting fact is he had those 3 jury trials, 12 jurors in each trial. Out of 36 jurors, every single one was white. There was no Indian, no Asian, no black people. They were all white jurors in all 3 trials.
Unfair all the way around the board. And I'm really glad that you said that. And can you state for the people that's listening what color you are?
I'm white. Caucasian, as Quincy calls it.
And I wanted y'all to hear that because she's not giving you a biased opinion if you're listening and you're like, oh, she just another black girl that's feeling this
truth
way.
is truth,
Truth
and
is
facts
truth.
is facts.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Period.
is.
It don't take Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder to
Right.
see. You
This
know
is
what
a
I'm saying?
Caucasian woman that read the case herself and knew and see it for what the fuck it is. And how the fuck the jury didn't? Well, we know why the jury didn't. But how the fuck he even still got charged and he's there for this many years? Almost 32 years? It's wild.
Man, I keep saying that too. It's wild. Like, what? Come on, man. Pay attention. For real. Let's get serious on the matter. Because it happens too many times. You know what I'm saying? So definitely shed light on this situation.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Now, whatever we can do to shed light, I feel like it's sharing the story. What are some other key notes or key things that you could tell us, Jenny, that people that are listening can know about the case?
Just the fabricated charge for the co-defendants of the attempted armed robbery. That just that I have no words for that. That just blows my mind. And the DA on top of that also requested early parole for both of the co-defendants. And it just, I don't understand how that's not seen as coercion, like basically being forced to testify, because I mean, wouldn't I say this to people in general, wouldn't you take a 20-year deal and over life in prison? I mean, I just don't understand, with all the inconsistencies with the plea deal of the fabricated crime. It took 3 jury trials. He spent 2 years in the county jail waiting for these 3 jury trials. The whole case, if you just read through it, I just cannot fathom how he was convicted.
Yeah. That's crazy. And that's hurtful. It's disheartening. And it gives, if it doesn't give you a fire to want to help or do what you need to do, I don't know what to tell you. You just...
And I think something that's sad about not just Quincy's case, but anybody that's wrongfully incarcerated is, Quincy has this affidavit, and you talk to these lawyers and they're like, oh yeah, that's great. Well, for $10,000, we'll review the case. And then if we decide to proceed with it, then it's going to be this much. These people that are incarcerated don't have that kind of money. Their family doesn't have that kind of money. And I feel like it's just a money thing. These lawyers say, oh, if you're wrongfully convicted, we're here to help. No, you're not. You're there to make a buck.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to find people to help people like Quincy.
That's so true. That is so true. This judicial system, the lawyers, they all, man, they will eat your pockets. They will, no, for real.
You ain't got to tell me, I know.
Break you down mentally, physically, and emotionally.
I know. It's all about the high dollar. Definitely.
It is.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's
What can you afford to spend? What can you afford to get away with?
Can you afford your freedom? Is basically
and
what they
the
say.
politics don't help. He made parole in 2012, and it was denied by the Oklahoma governor at the time. And yeah, he hasn't made parole since. But it's all in politics too. Well, if they overturn the conviction or they reopen the case, well, that's going to make the DA look bad, and everybody wants to be reelected, and it's just.
Now, is there a reason why he hasn't been making parole?
I believe the parole board does not have to give you a reason as to why you were denied. I believe that the victim's family is still very active in making sure that Quincy stays locked up.
Yeah, and it will do that.
But there's no way to prove. I have no way to know that. That's just my personal opinion. Because his last commutation that he filed, he's not a troublemaker in there. They have to list all of their write-ups, and in 32 years he's only had 8 write-ups, and none of those were serious offenses. So I mean, it's not like he's in there getting in trouble, you know, hurting people, getting in fist fights, or whatever. But the only thing I can think of is that the family is still very involved in making sure
That's
that
what it sound like to me.
Not just the
that
family,
he's
or,
where
or,
they
or
feel
other
he could be.
individuals are involved with him not being able to make parole. You know what I'm saying? Other individuals that might actually have insight and more perspective on his situation on a personal note.
Yes, and because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and that's one thing he's very adamant about. Anybody that's involved with the case, he does not want misinformation. And there's things out there that says, oh, this woman was shot in the head, and I mean, just all kinds of things that aren't true. And all you have to do is just look it up. Instead of just believing whatever somebody posts, you can search online and find the news stories and things like that with the information in there.
Now, do you have a personal connection to the case or anyone that's in the case?
Yes, in particular Chad Gray, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know the surrounding of his involvement in the case, but he's involved in it. And on a personal note of his involvement with me, we're connected from a situation that I ensumed to press charges against that happened in '89 against me. So, yeah, the connection is real.
How did that make you feel when you finally connected the dots?
I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's something that that should have been done a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? It may have saved some heartache and pain, but what has happened has happened. But at the same time, I don't have to not be quiet about it anymore. You know what I'm saying? I can actually take action against it.
Right. Thank you for being strong. Now, you also do poetry. Can you share something with us? Anything?
Okay. This one's called Movies.
Okay.
You want to know something about me? I hardly ever watch TV, especially the news. You only have sad news or bad news. Now, who needs that? I've done enough bad things in my own life. I don't need to hear about someone else's regrets. Or someone is always proposing to do something new for someone else when all along they plan it for themselves. I like movies, those things for entertainment purposes only, but others enjoy them, so don't have to be lonely. But you want to know something funny about movies I see? It looks real to me or somewhat. For instance, remember the movie The Net with Sandra Bullock? Now, don't it make you wonder if the government can really do that? Hold up, wait. Think about Enemy of the State or X-Files. It's quite wild. They often call me gifted sometimes as a child. You don't have to believe me, but it sounds almost right. I think I'll sleep in my panic room tonight. You don't have to hang on to my words. Some think I'm disturbed, but I suggest you should own a gun or wear a knife like the Clash of the Titans when the gods spoke about that shield. It one day might guard your life. I know it sounds a little stupid, but Forrest Gump knew what it was. I know you remember. Stupid is as stupid does. Sometimes I feel like I'm hard to kill inside of the matrix, but in the rim of the real. I can relate a lot of my life to Antoine Fisher, and I have many fields of dreams of becoming a little bit richer, but I seen devil's advocate. I'll let greed be. I don't want to ever end up sleeping with the enemy. I'm kind of like Nicolas Cage, and this could happen to you, where he wanted to give his last away, but most people treat me like I'm some sort of castaway, so I blast away, and I'm on a mission to Mars. I want to walk among stars, grow old, sit back and wonder wonder. Remember my life and how they were days of thunder. When I get hot, I might jump inside of my own blue lagoon. Fuck it. They're gonna make a movie about me coming through a theater near you soon. Movies. Hey.
That was cold.
Let's go.
Y'all make sure y'all follow Toyy on all social media. Quincy's story needs to be heard. Share this live. Share this live. Share this live.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to share before we head out?
Just my cousin. I love you, Quincy. You know what I'm saying? Free Quincy.
Period.
I love my city. I hate my state. LaToya Trammell versus Oklahoma. What? That's wild. Let's go.
Period. Y'all, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all follow Toyy on all social media. Let me see. It says free Q in the comments.
Yes.
Period.
Free Q, free Quincy. Let's go.
Period.
Free Quincy. I love you,
y'all.
cuz.
Period.
You still there?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.